Having a spare system is crucial for bowling in today's league conditions. Being able to adjust and having a system that you know that you can make the moves and pick those spares is very critical, whether you're bowling league and or tournament.
Spares is very crucial. It doesn't matter whether the shot is easy, whether you're in a tournament condition. That is the thing that can add pins to your game, and that could be the difference in winning a match. Win your game for league, doesn't matter. It's the thing that adds pins to your game.
So what we're going to show you today is a simple system based off 7 moves, based off 7 columns or rows of pins that you can make your adjustments and know how to pick your spare. And it's all going to be based off your starting position for your strike ball.
The key to the sparing system too is it doesn't matter whether you're a high rev player or a low rev player, throw it straight. Doesn't matter, spares are crucial for everybody.
Correct, and this system it works, like Carolyn says, works for everybody. No matter if you're playing second arrow or third arrow, you can make the adjustments and pick these spares. We have Brian now lined up on lane 10. He's been able to execute quite a few shots, standing 27 and looking and hitting third arrow. But now Brian missed a little outside and left a 5-pin. Well, the 5-pin is part of column or row 4, which would be the head pin and the 5-pin. The adjustment for the 5-pin is going to be stand in the same position and hit the third arrow. For Brian, that is going to be 27 to third arrow or 15.
Teresa's been bowling on lane 10 and is lined up. She's standing on 17 looking at 10, and that is her strike target. Although she's playing a different part of the lane than Brian, she can still use the sparing system for zone 4 using the 1-5 target off of her strike shot.
Brian now has left the 2-8 spare. That is going to be what we call row 3 or column 3. To pick the spare, Brian needs to move 3 boards to his right with his feet. And his original target was third arrow, so now he will go a half an arrow to the left. So it'll be between third and fourth arrow.
Teresa now is going to use zone 2 spare shooting to make the 4-pin. She will now move 6 off of her original strike target. She started at 17. She will now stand on 11. She will now look somewhere at the 12 or 13 board to make the spare.
Brian has now left the 7-pin, which is going to be in zone 1. To pick the zone 1 spare, Brian needs to move 9 boards to the right, which will take him to 18. And again, his target only moves a half an arrow to the left from his strike position, which will be between third and fourth arrow.
For Teresa to make the spares in the zone 1 area, she will move a full 9 boards to the right off her original strike target, which was 17. She is now standing on 8. Her original target was the second arrow, which was 10. She will now move her eyes where she has been between the second and third arrow, which is a half an arrow move to the left. So it could be somewhere between the 12 board or the 13 board.
For spares in zones 5, 6, and 7, we need to move to the left with our feet, and we're going to be changing our eyes on the lane. This is where the system changes. We move 4 boards to the left for each zone or row of spare that we leave, and we also move a half an arrow to the left with the move. So Brian started on 27. He will move to 31 on this spare and move a half an arrow, which is going to be going between the 3rd and 4th arrow.
For spares on the right side of the lane, once again, it doesn't matter whether you're a high rev rate player like Brian or a straighter player like Teresa. We are going to use the same zone system and just make the moves accordingly. For zone 5 spares, Teresa is going to move 4 boards to the left off her original target, which was 17. She's now standing on 21, and she is moving her eye target a half an arrow to the left of where she started, which was the 10 board. She will now look somewhere at the 12 or 13 board to make the spare.
Brian is now going to shoot at the 6 pin, which is actually in zone 6. Being that this is on the right-hand side, zones 5, 6, and 7, we continually want to move for each zone 4 boards to the left. For zone 6, Brian is going to want to move 8 boards to the left. He also wants to move another half an arrow from zone 5. So Brian's original target was the 3rd arrow. His target now be the 4th arrow.
Teresa will now shoot at a 6 pin, which is in zone 6.
She will move a full 8 boards to the left off her original starting position. Starting with 17, she is now on 25, and she will move another half an arrow left. So her eyes will now be on the 3rd arrow, the 15 board.
Brian now is going to shoot at the 10 pin, which is at zone 7. For zone 7 spares, we want to move 12 boards to the left from our starting position. Brian started on 27. He will now be moving to 39. For each one of the columns, 5, 6, or 7, we continually move a half an arrow. So Brian now will be looking between the 4th and 5th arrow.
To make the 10 pin, we're going to move a full 12 boards to the left, which now puts Teresa on the 29 board. She is going to move her eye target a half an arrow left, which will be between the 15 and 20 board, around the 17, 18th board. Remember, very important, as you move your feet to the left, continue to move your eyes that half an arrow left.